Hello again and welcome back to Emory Board Productions. We're going to bite off a little bit more today than we have to date, but I think you'll find there's been a progression up till this point, and you can always look back at other videos or email me at maui4456@gmail.com to get questions or fill in gaps where you think you might have missed something. To date, we really have been talking exclusively about addition and action language, and hopefully you've seen some of those benefits as you work with your young students, learning a little bit as you perceive their readiness levels about whether traditional methods of seeing math and operating on math are going to work for them right away, or whether using the action language and the concrete manipulatives have helped them gain concepts in some cases. I think going forward you'll find that they definitely do. While utilizing concrete manipulatives as learning tools, we've progressed just far enough to touch on the first stages of multiplication, repeated addition, and cross-product multiplication. And using concrete manipulatives, it's important to distinguish that what is it that makes a manipulative concrete, since everything that we use is a manipulative. It's that one-to-one ratio, one-to-one relationship between the objects kids are working with and the operation that they're using on those. And yes, the concrete manipulatives may be ones you can touch and hold, and in fact most often are, but it's that one-to-one relationship that distinguishes from what we're going to talk about next up here. Another form of manipulative, as we touched on in a previous video, is the representational or representative manipulative, and that, to be distinguished, is more often than not a picture or depiction of the object that's going to be operated on, although it also may be one that you can handle in your hand. Base 10 blocks come to mind as an example of that, but the relationship is a choice. It may be a one-to-one relationship on the object kids are operating on, but it may more often be a one-to-many relationship. We're going to use representational manipulatives today here in working with this chart about marine life sightings off the west coast of Maui, which I'm very familiar with. And this chart is going to present kids with a number of possible addition problems that stimulate critical thinking. So let's get started here for a second and see what it is that we have. We've got a chart, and kids are going to need to learn to read charts earlier better than later. We've got West Maui dive sites on the left-hand column here, Molokini, cathedrals, and Sergeant Major. And across the top here, just three marine life creatures that we might see on those sites that we chose for this little problem. There are shrimp, taco, which is the slang for the Western Pacific octopus, and sharks. And the sharks that we see here, don't be worried, are not the man-eating types, but more often than not, white-tip reef sharks, which are harmless to the divers that go down to see them. Fascinating just the same, but mostly harmless. All right, so in this example, we see that there is a key which helps us know that we're using representational manipulatives, or we'll be offering those to the kids. And the key is such that the purple X equals 1 of the marine life with the heading above the top here. So at Molokini, we can see we saw 3 shrimp, 3 taco, and 2 sharks. Cathedrals, 1 shrimp, 3 tacos, and 2 sharks. And at Sergeant Major, we simply saw 2 shrimp, 1 taco, and 4 sharks. And as we move on to actually taking out our manipulatives to work on this problem, the kids will be using Unifix cubes here. And again, you could make your own manipulatives if you want. I'm chosen Unifix cubes for the purpose of this video, tried, true, and tested. And you'll see that we've got 3 Unifix cubes representing the 3 shrimp, the taco the same, the shark the same, all the way through the marine life we see at the cathedrals and Sergeant Major. And once again, Unifix cubes is what I've chosen to use. Now, kids are going to do here, for all intents and purposes, while using the action language joined with, is count and record their answers. And what you can decide is what questions it is you're going to extract from them while you do this. So I'm going to help you with the first couple of questions, but you could go on right on down the line. I mean, you could be asking questions like, which species of animal was seen the most, or which species or animal was seen least often or fewest times. Which dive site had the most balance among marine animals seen? Which dive site had the least balance or the biggest difference among marine animals that were seen? Which site had the most marine life? Which site had the fewest examples of or least marine life? So the questions that I've chosen to deal with here, just for time's sake, are which marine animal was seen the most? I'm going to stick with knowledge that the kids already have, what we call schema. And if we start with the shrimp, which is apropos because it's the first one in our column here, and I'll just divide it off for a minute and do that with all of them. And we see that there are 3 shrimp, and the kids can take that number down, and then they'll know that they were joined with 1 more shrimp, joined with 2 more shrimp, to give them a total of 6 what? Shrimp. In the taco category, I'm going to put the numbers to the other side of the Unifix cubes since I'm running out of room. There are also 3 taco, joined with 3 more taco, joined with 1 taco. So we're going to end up with 7 taco or octopus. Always liked that nickname. And in the shark category, we can see that we've got 2 joined with 2 joined with 4. And so we're going to end up with 8 shark. And kids can tell most assuredly which marine animal was seen the most, and the answer is certainly the shark. What's another question you might ask about this chart? How many animals were seen in all? And here we can do, without having to reconfigure the chart at all, we can say 6 shrimp joined with 7 taco joined with 8 shark, and using their Unifix cubes as counters to reinforce what they may already understand but may actually need to put those Unifix cubes and do it, is going to end up being 6 joined with 7 joined with 8, or 21 marine animals in all. And that is a good example of one chart that gives lots of critical thinking questions to your kids, how they can use their representational manipulatives and their schema, or what they've experienced so far with their action language, and come up with a right answer, but more importantly, a conceptual understanding of what's going forward here, because things are getting a little bit complex. Thanks for tuning in to Emery Board Productions, and we'll see you next time.